In this session, we are going to bring in all of the melodic chunks that we've worked on so far. So let's reset our app. Reset, settings, complexity, custom groupings, 1, 2, 3, 4. Our first melodic chunks. We're going to put them all on the table here. Reading mode on, play along mode on. We're at 85 BPM. In your practice session that you do, in your additional practice sessions that you do on your own, again, adjust that tempo. Even adjust it just to mess around. See what it feels like to do this 10 BPM slower, 10 BPM faster, 20 BPM faster, 40 BPM faster. Just experiment, see what happens. It's not going to do you any harm. If anything, it's going to do you some serious good. Let's jump into this. I'm going to give you one tip. This is a sight reading tip that you will want to be reminded of over and over again throughout your life. Whenever I remember it, I sight read better. Look ahead. So you can, like if you're reading a children's book, you can like glance at the sentence, look away and say the sentence. So the same thing will start to become true of melodic phrases like this, where you have a short sentence with the same melodic pieces that you always see. That's why I'm comparing it to a children's story and not like a very long, I don't know, history or philosophy book or something. So you can glance down, see it, and really take in the whole measure at once. You can practice this as you go by looking ahead. Right? That's how sometimes I'm able to look up at you. I do mess it up sometimes, but that's because I'm looking ahead, and you'll be amazed how much looking a quarter note ahead, or just sort of seeing the bar as its whole thing, makes it easier to sight read accurately. Here we go. 3 minutes are on the clock. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, and oops, and 1, and 2, and 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 3. And 1, 2, and 3 and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 4 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 1 and 2 and 3. 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 4 and 3, 4 and 3 and 4. 2 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 3, 4 and 3 and 4 and 2, 3 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 2, 3, 2 and 3 and 3 and 1 and 2 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 1 and sick. 4, 1 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and. This is a pleasant lesson where I feel like it actually got easier compared to the last one. I don't know if you felt that, but I felt that it won't always be increasing complexity. So if you're freaked out by the steps that we've taken so far, a lot of times after we introduce a new chunk, like I said in the beginning, we're going to sort of mix it with these two, with these two, with these two, with these two. Those don't necessarily go easiest to hardest always. They'll kind of roughly follow that, but you might find that the third version is easier than the first version, the third version easier than the second one. Everyone's going to have unique, of the melodic chunks, everyone's going to have ones that challenge them particularly and ones that they're really comfortable with, and that's going to be different for everyone. All right, nice job. We've worked through quarter notes and quarter notes rests, eighth notes, our eighth note pair, and our eighth note upbeat. This is giving us a lot of really great rhythms. If you're reading jazz music, this is actually like most of the notation you see. You don't really see 16th notes written a lot. So we're doing some already very important, very pragmatic work. Moving forward, we'll start introducing 16th notes. See you there.